There, make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
For the middle, it's Cup. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team. Xavier Gibson deep to return. This will be returnable from his own 15. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Murray now on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Walker. He'll manage only a couple. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there.
And he will get into the end zone. Zach Charbonnet. Touchdown Seahawks. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the 1st quarter, but that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through it. There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's left side. That's the tight end, McBride. First reception for the NFL leader in that category here in the opening month of the season. And it's a 1st down. Back to the air one more time. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. To the goal line and in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Arizona. Point after try forthcoming. He gets it to go, and the Cardinals will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Greg, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last 2 plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse.
Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Benson. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line. Here's a run. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Watkins motioning over. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage. And then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the...
That one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker. linebacker, Trevin Wallace. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Once again, it's Walker. And he's going to have that 1st down. Tackle made up around the 35.
It's a gain of 8. And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Now Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try and run it with Walker.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Walker. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
First and 10. He'll look to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. From the pistol, here's Walker. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Back to throw.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down. They'll look to throw. That is caught. He finds Walker. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number one. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Connected with the tight end. That's Fant. The Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now, faking the give. Now he takes off.
While he was running away from the pocket, Mike, I was wondering, was he going to just throw that one away or try to make something out of nothing? Give him credit. He does a nice job picking up some positive yardage before he's forced to go out of bounds.
A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on 3rd and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. His kick is good, and the Seahawks will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's caught downfield by Harrison. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Now Seattle will use the final timeout. The field goal unit is out for the Cardinals. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And the score remains level. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. From the 6, here comes a return. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Smith and Jigba there for the catch. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Let's go now. Cut 19, 19 light.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Pass is completed to Cup. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
And he will take this down, close to a 1st down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. He gets that to his big target back. The 1st-round pick looking right at home in this offense. It's a 1st down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
That is caught. And he's in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this 2nd half started. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll fire one deep for Harrison.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly, and Even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Let's go. 18 back. 18 back. Go.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Again, working deep downfield. Devin Witherspoon with a tight cover as he knocks it away.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's taken. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Seahawks scoop it up.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
On the handoff, it's Charbonnet. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
A 40-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught by McBride.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in.
First down, Arizona.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Watkins motioning over. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Cardinals. Extra point attempt to come here. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
On second down, Walker. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. It's complete. He's got Pop. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton. And the Cardinals are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
So you find yourself with a lead here in the second half, and up until this point, I think he's done a pretty good job being a contributor to that, but you don't want to give the defense a chance to spark the comeback. You're trying to put him away late, protect the ball, safe throws. Don't be afraid to get to your check down. One bad read, one forced throw can be all you need to flip this game on his head and find yourself going with a lead late to falling behind.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Back to the air once more on second down. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. first carry for James Conner. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. No louder place than here in Seattle before third down. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to Watkins. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now, on second and long.
Let's go now. Go.
He'll look to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Benson, the intended target. And third down coming up.
19, target, not presented. 7-5, 7-5. Cut 19, cut 19.
Throwing now from the gun.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to even the score late. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. This is 1st and 10.
19, Lion. Hunt.
They'll look to throw. Up, brings it in left side. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's second down. Now, faking the give, taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll air this one out for Watkins. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now, Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. This offense still has the one timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. They go with Walker. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds remaining in the game. This kick is good. And the Seahawks will move out in front, 27-24. So it's a win here for the Seahawks. They get the victory away from home in the division. This is so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.